Guess how much power I made right now? Bro, it made 668.
How much? Fucking heart is racing.
What is going on, guys? So, I'm back from the dead, as you can see. I know it's been over a year since I've uploaded. The Supra's still here, as you can see. Long story short, something's going on with this car where it's keep on throwing low oil pressure signals. So I replaced the sensor, which is the old one's right there. The new one is already installed somewhere back there. Put that on, and I don't have a battery because I gave it to my cousin to go test out his car, so I can't actually see if that actually fixed the issue. If it did, that's great. If it doesn't, then we're probably looking into a rebuild. A rebuild could be a couple $100, just doing rod bearings and main bearings and whatnot, and just send it. But I do have something new in the works for you. New car, and I think you guys are gonna like. So, and here we got Japan Power. If you guys know what that means, there are these rare JDM wheels. Bum bum bum. And be these wheels. These wheels are actually TE37 SLs. I believe they're called the double press black. So these ones are real nice finish. Real happy about them. The only downside is, as you guys can see, I only have 2 boxes. And the other 2 boxes, company said they had them in stock and they didn't. So either one, wait the JDM wait time, or 2, I'm gonna have to get some different colors because I cannot find a single vendor at all. And what those wheels are for, gonna be for my new 2022 Supra I have here. So let's get into it. Right now we're gonna be installing this new part right here. It's gonna be the APR front air dam. It's still in the packaging. There's no cracks, thankfully, but check it out. So pure carbon fiber we're gonna put on. So it's something like this on the car, so it's gonna make it look up. I think personally it's like one of the most aggressive looks that you can get for the Supra, and it follows a nice body line, kind of like how the stock body lines are. Some other ones they kind of stick out in the corners. I didn't like that. But bring back the channel, Frisky Frenzy's back, guys. We're gonna start making some uploads. We got a lot of content coming out for you guys, so let's get to this and let's get to the install. Hopefully it's not too hard, so let's get to it. So inside the packaging, it also comes with some instructions, approximately an hour to put on lip. Are you kidding me? No way. And it also comes nuts and bolts. Also a lot of other stuff in here. It all shows you picture by picture, but honestly,
goodbye, my.
You don't need that. Also comes with this. I don't know what this is. Don't need that either.
Back to the lobby.
So let's get to the install, guys. Honestly, guys, I think we may need these for a little bit because it turns out we need to take out the whole front bumper off. Bruh. And hard to put on lip. Are you kidding me? And I never done that. It's BMW. I ain't even scared to even get into it, right? So take it step by step. There are 2 8mm bolts, one on each end. The black one was in the front. Like that. Voila. Let's get to the other side. It's already trying to come loose a little bit, so that's good. So the front bumper bolts is actually they come pretty conveniently. So they're just pull this weather stripping out, and it looks like those aren't 10s. I don't believe so. No, these are definitely 10s, not 8s. So let's go ahead and grab the 10mm. We'll knock this out right now. So there's a total of 6 bolts up front, and honestly, I don't know why the instructions tell you to take out these plastic clips if we're just going to be removing these 2 bolts, because I can literally just open up the panty right here and just kind of remove those bolts. So I don't know why. That's why we don't follow instructions. So I turn on the car to move the steering wheel. You can move it either way, it doesn't really matter because you should be getting access on both sides. Turn the wheel all the way, and the 3 bolts all right here, holding on this side of the bumper. And I believe that's gonna be everything that we're gonna remove on each side. And out of that, we're gonna have to check it up, remove all the bolts underneath, and then it should be good to go. So these bolts, looks like it's gonna be an 8mm, so your 8. Right, perfect, so all 3 bolts are out. Put those up here. Let's do the same thing on the other side. After we take all those bolts off, you see it's pretty loose now.
That's what she said.
Now we're just getting out the bolts underneath. So I'm gonna get my jack. So it looks like we got a whole bunch of bolts underneath. So we're gonna have to remove all those ones, that way it release tension and we can start pulling it forward. And I believe after that, we're gonna disconnect these two sensors right here. Those ones are for your, when you have the cruise control on and you're getting close to the car, it's not gonna collide or anything like that. So we're gonna have to remove that right after. So all these are gonna be your 8mm. So let's grab that trusty Milwaukee and start going to town on all these. So we got the top bolts all loose, side bolts all loose, both sides. Now we got all the bottom bolts underneath. It was like probably 12 bolts, something like that. Now it should come out. So the moment of truth. Now we got the full bumper off, as you guys can see. If you want to get a little bit closer, it was actually a pain in the butt to try and get these sensors off. So there's a tab not only at the top but at the bottom over here. I'll show you. So you have to squeeze both of these tabs right here hard as you can and like pray it'll come off. Same thing on the other side. Luckily there's no sensors, it's all wired. You can see it kind of follows through and it integrates all the way around. So luckily you just have these two connectors. That's really it. I was trying to disconnect it from right here and then I saw like, yeah, it's gonna be a lot easier if I just disconnect it from right here. So now let's get to installing the actual lip on this one. So essentially this is how it's gonna look like on the car. So as you can see, it's a nice subtle lip, not sticking out too far, but nice and clean. That's how I like them. Kind of reminds me of the Cusco lip. So I'll show you what the Cusco lip looks like. So it kind of looks like the Subaru. It kind of bulges out on the sides and nice even sure curve. That's kind of one of the reasons why I got it. So let's get this mounted up. I believe we're gonna have to bolt in some screws and whatnot and go from there. So this is how the lip essentially looks. So now what we have to do, I built myself a little coffee table because we need a drill right there. So let me take this out. So we drill into that bumper. I don't have a 1/4" drill bit, so I'm gonna have to make this one work. But pretty much you drill that hole. I'll show you on the other side. So the carbon fiber lip comes with a pre-drilled hole, as you can see right there, but no light can go through it, so we need to drill an actual physical bumper itself. That's where I'm gonna mount it first. And I believe, as you can see, there's all this gap. That's just because, if you guys can see right there, we remove all those body clips, I'm assuming. And there's all those clips in there, or holes for clips. So pretty sure that's gonna happen, but it looks pretty crazy how it is right now. I'm loving that lip for sure. All right, so underneath, this is pretty much how it's gonna look like. So you got that corner bolt on both sides, and you got those. So you use this one just to hold it in place while you drill these two holes. And you got this one in place. That one places over there. Now I put back all 3 Torx up top. Pretty cool logo. I wish it was up top, that way you can see it was an APR, but it's okay. Now we're gonna put our other bolts all the way across to kind of really help support it, even though it doesn't have that much of a gap right now anyways, but it's really going to help it on the downforce as well as keeping it all in one place. So that's why we removed these bumpers, grills, because it's a real tight space down there. So yeah, we're going to reuse the remaining hardware that we got here and make it work. All right, so now you got your 1-2 bolts right here. Honestly, the biggest pain in the butt bolt is probably this guy right here. You're gonna struggle on that one for a little bit, but it's not too bad. So you got your 5 bolts on this side, your 3 Torx, and then 5 more bolts on that side. It's really gonna secure it. The fitment, money. We're just gonna mount it back on the actual Supra. So this is the end product. Obviously right now we're just in the garage, but I'll get some more shots and some more videos on it. But I am extremely happy with the fitment. Fitment's really good quality. So you can see all up against the seam all the way around. That's the quality you can expect from APR. APR has been in business for quite a while. So their fitment's always nice and good. And lines up really well right here too. I was worried about that notch, but it actually works out really well. Extremely clean body lines overall. I'm really impressed with it. I just can't wait to actually start lowering it and start doing some more modifications. Definitely changes the fascia of the front.